event like this in the Wythenshawe Centre for me is just something that's unmissable and fantastic. Wythenshawe once again has done us proud. So with that, can I now just declare formally that the Wythenshawe Garden Festival is now open.
This is the Purple Bunny, and he is your new Wythenshawe mascot. Do a little jig. Go on, let's see if you're any good as a mascot.
Just give us an idea what you do.
Well, at the moment, I'm just eating cakes. They've left me cakes in this green room, so I'm scoffing myself. But I'm here, I can't believe I'm about to say this out loud, to do an on-stage cookery demonstration with a professional chef. I don't know what they were thinking. It's going to be mayhem, but I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh, it sounds great. Have you been involved in many community-orientated projects before?
Bits and pieces down the years, up in Yorkshire. Yeah, a few bits and pieces. I've actually done cooking on stage before, and that was pretty chaotic. So I think it's going to be more of the same today. But it's not, I've not been to the Forum since the early 90s when I used to work at Oldham Coliseum Theatre regularly. And I came down and watched a production of Into the Woods here, and it was sensational. But the place is unrecognisable. It's just amazing. I mean, really amazing. So it's blown me away a bit, and it really is like a trip down memory lane, but in a really strange way because it's so different.
There's life imitating art and fact versus fiction. Obviously, in Emmerdale, you're a chef. In real life, are you a chef as well?
I'm very good at following a recipe, but if I improvise, you can't rule out salmonella. But I'm all right. I'm competent. It's messy, but it tastes good. Yeah, as long as the recipe's pretty simple, I'm all right, he said confidently.
You just squeeze them and you'll hear it click.
And then peel it?
And then you can just peel it.
Oh, great, okay. I get very nervous in restaurants when I ask for this sort of stuff, and then I think, I actually have no idea even how to eat it, let alone shell it.
We could serve it in the shells so it gets stuck in your teeth.
Oh, I'm messing this right up, Dave. Look at this. Oh, I'm blown it.
How have you done that?
I don't know, it fell to bits.
I won't give you a job at this one. So what's your most popular dish at the Woolpack?
Pie.
Pie?
Paddy likes a pie. What sort of pie? Meat? Steak and kidney? Who said that? What sort of pie?
Salad?
I did it!
Hey!
What happened?
So I'm Ali and I work for Macmillan Information Support Service in Manchester Council, and we offer support to local people affected by cancer, and we do this at Forum Library. We have a room there, and so people can come in. It's a non-clinical setting. You know, people are often fed up with going to hospitals and the doctors, so they can come and see us there for emotional support and signposting to other help.
What's your observations of the day and how it's going, please?
Oh, I think it's fantastic. There's so many people, it's really buzzing, lots of fantastic activities, the crafts look great. So I'm hoping to have a look round myself later and,
you get a chance.
Get a good look at things, yeah.
We're the Territorial Force Living History Group. We represent average British Tommies of the Great War, so 1914 to 1918. Specifically from the Territorial Force, which were men who had, in some cases, served in the army before the war and were on the reserve lists and were called back up again during the crisis after the assassination of the Archduke in Sarajevo. Specifically, we, as a Living History Group, we specialise in the day-to-day life of the average British soldier, so that can involve drinking tea, gambling and eating as well. It's not all about mud and blood and trenches, although that obviously takes up a great deal of our time as well. As you see, we dress in the period clothing. These are all accurate replicas of the clothing that they were worn at the time. And where possible, we eat the same type of food, which usually consists of McConaughey stew, bully beef, and tea, which always comes with milk and sugar in because it's the army and there's no other option. This is our first time at the Garden Festival. The Garden City Festival weekend, but we've started to do quite a bit of work with Wythenshawe Town Centre, and it's nice to see people come out and appreciate a little bit of the history.
Originally I'm from here. I was born down obviously at Wythenshawe Hospital like a lot of people, but lived on Cornish Way, where my grandma's lived for all life and my dad until we moved. So a few years ago I was asked to be a real life ambassador for the area. With Eamon and Jimmy off the radio, which was really quite a special sort of achievement. You know, out of all the things I've done in my career, to come back to my hometown, you know, and actually my home area, my home city of Manchester, which I'm very passionate about, and to be asked to represent the area in certain charity events and stuff was very special.
We're Manchester Organic Gardeners, and we, basically we're promoting the joys of gardening, but also organically. So we're trying to avoid the use of chemicals. We won't shout at people if they do, but we're trying to encourage that because it's even better. We've been here a few times now to this show. It's really busy this year. It's been super. I think being next to the scarecrows is really good as well because everybody's queuing for the scarecrows. But there's such a nice mix of stands and people have come along saying, "Oh, I only came shopping and I've come down here." And then they come and they chat to you about gardening and making compost. We're big into helping people to make their own compost for the garden because that feeds the soil.
Fresh basil. So I've got some basil there, and all I'm going to do is just give it a good chop up.
Used to work with Lou Peter, and she always had one that she made earlier. So we've got some of this ready for you to eat.
Yeah, so here's one we made earlier.
This is our second year that we're at Garden City. We're here showing people some of the food that we've been making in the community. The project is all about grow it, cook it, eat it. So we're supporting people to grow their own food, but most of all, most importantly, is to eat healthy, fresh, local food. So the food that we made today, we made leek and potato soup, and we made pasta, chilli, bake, and we've made that food with food that would have gone into landfill. So it was food that would have gone into the bin basically. So we've made, we think about 1,000 people have eaten it so far.
It's always been busy. It's a great show because I think we're right in the middle of all the shops. But it has been really busy. People are very interested and want to stop and chat.
This is the 4th year I've done now for the Garden Festival. It started off with just a gazebo and we were halfway down next to the coffee shop. And now we've got a stage. This year we've got Marlon, aka Mark aka Marlon from Emmerdale, who's a Bolton lad himself, so nice to see him come back to Lancashire, and as you can see the crowd just gets bigger and bigger, you know, the girls dancing, the cheerleaders were amazing earlier, the young girls, so it's a really happy event this, and I think, you know, out of all the areas in Manchester, Wythenshawe do this community thing really well, but the whole area was built on community.
It's wonderful today, and I've been invited here as Lord Mayor today to open the Wythenshawe Garden Festival, but actually I would have come anyway because it's such a wonderful event. And as a Wythenshawe Councillor and a Wythenshawe Lord Mayor, I'm just so very proud to be here today actually, and to see Wythenshawe at its very best. Lots of people about, lots of activity, and you know, this place, the Wythenshawe Centre, is booming, isn't it?
Yeah.
And full of activity, and people are all enjoying themselves.
Over the last 30 years, the area's changed immensely. I was brought up here.
Yes.
You've got strong ties with Wythenshawe in the past, so is it quite interesting to see these changes and developments?
Well, I hate to give away how old I am, but I actually watched this centre being built as a child. Myself and my friends, we used to come down and watch the centre being built. So I've got a long history with it. Wythenshawe's a wonderful place, full of wonderful people. And on a day like today, it shows its face, it shows its best face to everybody.
So looking towards the future, what would you like to see happen to the Garden City Festival?
I'd really like to see it continue and expand. Today's an opportunity for young people and older people, for entrepreneurs to come out and show what they can do, to sell their things, to demonstrate their crafts. It's a real opportunity for those people, but also it's an opportunity to show Wythenshawe at its best as well, to celebrate. So yes, we want it to continue and expand.
My name's Michelle. I'm here from the Health and Wellbeing Service in Manchester. And we're joining with the Garden City Festival in Wythenshawe today just to promote general health and wellbeing. So some of the other stuff I'm promoting today as well is around the cancer screening. So we've got some information about the breast screening for the ladies and the cervical screening, and then my other colleague is here from the bowel cancer screening team. So we're obviously trying to promote that people take up these screening opportunities because early prevention can save people's lives.
We're involved in promoting healthier lifestyles, and one of the things within that is we're trying to promote is healthy eating, drinking safe. So as you can see, we've got our non-alcohol drinks. We're providing people with alternatives, and also we're encouraging people to take up physical activities and doing some exercises.
The South Manchester Healthy Living Network's really proactive in Wythenshawe, isn't it? Do you enjoy the work?
Absolutely, yes. We've been working in Wythenshawe for the past, I think, since 2002, and very proactive actually in Wythenshawe. We do take part in the Garden City Festival every year, and we're also involved with the Wythenshawe Games as well, so we were in part of the Wythenshawe Games.
The amount of work that's involved to pull it all together, is it complicated for you? And you know, obviously it takes funding, which is always hard to get these days, isn't it?
It is funding, but I think it's a lot of partnership work. So we work with a lot of our partners, like the Regeneration team and other community projects, and that's the whole idea of Healthy Living Network, bringing voluntary and community sector in alongside to work with the statutory sector. We can see a lot more people coming up. I think the Garden City Festival is now well recognized and it's branded itself here in Wythenshawe, and there's been a lot of outreach work done to encourage people to come today, so a lot of people have come up here.
Richard and I are from Age UK Manchester, based at a day centre in Wythenshawe at Cross Acres Resource Centre, and we're manning a couple of stalls today. This one is the Garden Cultivator store, which Richard oversees.
Yeah, our cultivators, they're a group of older adults who meet at the Cross Acres Day Centre, and we do gardening, and we've got quite a few areas around the centre where we've got raised beds, a polytunnel, and we're open for anyone over 55 if they want to come and join us on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Come and do some gardening, that'd be great.
Excellent. Obviously events like this are really good for getting the public involved in knowing what you do. You were saying it looks busier than it was last year as well.
This is my 5th year here. Second year doing the cultivators. We've usually got pickles and chutneys, or we're doing the craft store, but every year it definitely gets busier and gets larger and more stuff available. More people seem to be coming along.
We're the Hardy Plant Society, and we promote the growing of hardy perennials. We educate, we've got a passion for plants, and we're hoping to get a few new recruits for our group in the Northwest. We're the Northwest group. I've talked to quite a few keen gardeners, and they seem to be interested in what we're trying to promote.
Well, it's a great day. There's lots of activity around, lots of people coming to see what's on offer. And my job here is as part of the Macmillan Volunteers team. I'm involved with the allotment, which is based at Bench Hill. It's a fairly newly started venture, and the idea is that people who are suffering from cancer or their families can come down to the allotment, and they can actually experience working in an allotment, or they can just come for the fun of it. They can just come and talk to us, sit and have a cup of tea, chat with each other, do a bit of gardening if they want, or just do nothing at all apart from enjoy themselves. The allotment's open from 10 o'clock until about 1:30 on a Thursday morning. Lovely to see so many people coming to see what's on offer in the Garden Festival, and we've had quite a lot of people coming to talk to us about what we do.
Well, we're trying to encourage people to grow vegetables, healthy eating. Well, I've been here a few years now, come every year, just to try and encourage people. I've never seen so many people here. There's a lot of people here today. But the main thing is trying to get the school children growing, you know, encourage them to start growing, because that's the next generation.
Well, we're here to promote the Friends of Wythenshawe Hall and show them what we do. Some of us are in costume, and we're also here to support the Garden Festival.
I noticed you had the Lord Mayor with you this morning, and she said a few words.
Yes, so she has been into the hall a couple of times. She had her photograph taken in Forty's costume, but she came in during the Wythenshawe Games.
We do all sorts of woodwork, but the main thing is wood turning. So most of us are wood turners, although we've got some carvers, some furniture makers, a guy who makes rocking horses, we've even got a guy who makes violins. But the common interest is wood turning. We're pleased with our takings. Plus, one thing for us, we've had one or two people interested in our club, in joining. So if we're lucky, one or two of them might come along, because a lot of this is about publicity for us. It's about getting different people to know we exist, potential new members.
Rock guitars and make music out of space. Dance
likely I ain't the one. Don't you push your luck to try to win me over. Your house was burning down.